Hello and welcome to the Power of Partnership series. Today I'm joined by Andrew Teik Wei Tan, Group Managing Director of Silverlake Axis. And we're going to talk about core banking and digital transformation. Tell us a little bit about your business, specifically here in Southeast Asia, perhaps Malaysia in particular, and how's it going?
We have been in business for well over 30 years. And predominantly, our focus has been in serving banks, particularly in the provision, of leading-edge technologies. More so, on the core banking space. Of the top 20 banks in Southeast Asia, 40% of them are actually our clients. So, a number of the large banks, from Singapore to Malaysia to Indonesia, their core banking solutions, are powered through our Silverlake integrated banking solution that's running on the IBM Power.
We like that.
You like that, right? Yeah, I'm sure you do. And we have, crossed, from Southeast Asia to other parts of the world as well. So right now, we've got customers in 70 countries. So as an organization, we have grown tremendously. We have got close to 2,000 people stationed in 25 locations. So we have come a long way. And I must say, when we started, the partnership with IBM actually made a lot of difference, in terms of our progress, in our business. Yeah.
From your perspective, when you talk to clients, tell me, what are they telling you about their digital transformation journey and the challenges that they face? And how are you guys helping them with that?
The clients that I talk to, and particularly clients in Southeast Asia, I think they're going through a very, very interesting crossroad, particularly now, and they're being challenged, from all sides, right? I mean, the digital, challenges, are one of them, in terms of them being able to respond, to all the rising customer expectations, new demands, new ways of doing things. I think now, as you know, we just heard about, the banking contagion in the US and the big bang, out in Europe. So there's a lot of pressures, for a lot of bankers in Southeast Asia. I think one of the other challenges too is, with the need, to adopt new tech, talent, is a very, very important question for the bank as well. So I don't think the contagion, will come up to this part of the world. I think predominantly, the banks in Southeast Asia are fairly well capitalized. Liquidity is good, and we have got a good financial, authority in each of those countries to make sure that they don't fail. But I think nevertheless, they could feel the pressures, and I think almost every single bank, in some form or shape, has got a transformation agenda. They're experimenting or using a lot of enabling technologies to overhaul their back office, and front office solutions. And I think that in turn create a lot of opportunities for us, in Silverlake, in partnership, with IBM. And having been here for 30 plus years, clients look to us, for a lot of advice, in terms of what they need to do, on the digital front. So, so we have a lot of discussions with them, on solutions that fit into the transformation agenda. The banks that we are serving now is that they really need a very secure, very reliable, proven, high performance, scalable core banking solution so that they can sleep well at night. So that I can also sleep well at night.
And me too.
Yeah, and you too. Right. And while they are, embarking on their omni-channel agenda, the digital agenda, and that's where, we put a lot of efforts, to help them. So definitely, banks are embarking on new strategies. They are putting together new visions. And, as a company, Silverlake Axis, with partners such as IBM, we try to bridge the divide for them. And I must say, as a core banking solution provider in Southeast Asia, and we are a major, supplier, I think, we are making a good impact. We're making strong contributions to the financial services industry. And as the banks continue to transform, as the customers demand, more digital solutions, I think, we can help the banks, to fulfill, quite a fair part of their vision. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So IBM's been working with Silverlake for more than 20 years now. And Silverlake's been a great partner to IBM, and we hope we've been a great partner to you as well. But why don't you talk a little bit about the partnership and how it's helped or benefited you in the marketplace?
Yeah, let me start off first by saying, let us not understate the relationship that we have, right? It has been a very, very resilient relationship all these years. It's more than 20 years. And I think, until today, the relationship still, remains very, very strong. And what I want to say is that, in our part of the world, the IBM Power is the platform of choice for a lot of banks. It creates a very powerful platform for banks to conduct their, businesses, to grow, and, to adapt to the changes in the marketplace. In Southeast Asia, each day, a few billion banking transactions are transacted through the Silverlake banking system with the IBM Power. Just one of our clients in Indonesia alone, they do something like 300 to 400 million transactions. So every day. And like I said, they want to do it securely, with no glitches, no technical issues. And I haven't seen, through my years, in having, been with Silverlake Axis and having, been an industry participant in here, none of the banking sites that run on our solution and on the IBM Power, has actually got, significant, glitches that warrant, the attention, of the financial, authorities. So together we're creating a huge impact.
Perfect. Sounds wonderful. So let me ask you the final question here, and that is, if you wanted to point to one success story, one client that you're particularly fond of their journey and what they've accomplished with Silverlake and IBM, who would it be and what would be the story?
The most recent one in terms of collaboration at IBM, and as you know, in the last year or two, there's been a spate of upgrades, from our clients to the IBM Power. And I think I remembered, there was an exercise that they needed to be done and needed to be done very quickly. And unfortunately, this was in the midst of COVID-19, where people couldn't travel. There were police roadblocks, and this was the client that said it needs to be done. Silverlake Axis, IBM, you better figure out, how to get it done. And I think, we worked together, we got the job done. The customer was happy because I think during that time there were a lot of mandates from government, to provide new loans, moratorium loans, and all that. So we need to get that put in, in the system. So as I tell our clients, in all the countries that we operate in, in terms of what is our main difference before competition, we are just one call away. Right, and maybe we have one call away. I call IBM. IBM is also there, at the same time. So that's just one of the very simple cases. I mean, recently we did the same exercise, upgrading Affin Bank, which is one of our other larger, bank sites, from P7 to P9, because they were undergoing, a very major digital transformation strategy. Again, that went out, flawlessly. So I can carry on mentioning, lots and lots of this. Great collaborative, initiatives at IBM. Yeah.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Sounds like you guys are having a great run here in Southeast Asia, Malaysia in particular. Best of luck, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul.